Hello everyone, yeah, it's ASMballeR here, and I know not the traditional start to a video that you're all used to, but today is a kind of very special video. In today's video, not only are we doing a traditional, ASMR style of video, but the first part of this video is just going to be based basically just off of the giveaway. Yes, the very highly anticipated, hopefully, 7.5k subscriber giveaway. So yeah, recently we did hit 7.5k subs, which is so crazy to think about. And I remember just saying some sort of milestone between 5k and 10k subscribers, just because, I mean, obviously my channel doesn't grow that fast, so I started to just made my own little milestone, and 7.5k is right in the middle between them, and we hit it, and that's totally awesome. Cannot thank you guys enough. Absolutely insane. We are so close to 10,000 subs. I mean, 10,000 is like probably the next biggest milestone besides maybe 25k, then 50k, then 100k. It gets all the way up there. 10k is like one of the biggest first steps, I guess, in like a YouTuber's channel, I guess you could say. So I just really wanted to thank you guys again so much for 7.5k. And yeah, I guess now we're just on the way to 10k, and people keep talking about and joking about, 10k by the end of the year, 10k by the end of the year. I don't think that's gonna happen. My channel, again, has never grown that fast, but that'd be cool. Maybe 10k by my channel's anniversary, which will be in February. That'd be kind of cool too. So just whatever happens. I just want to thank you guys again so much. Yeah, the last time I did do a giveaway, I gave away a copy of 2K21. Someone wanted it. I gave them a PSN code, and they bought it. It was really cool. It was a great, warm, fuzzy feeling inside for just giving back, and I loved doing that a lot, but I wanted to do more. So in this giveaway, which I will announce how to get into it later on, it's going to be a multiple person giveaway. So with that being said, there are going to be multiple winners. I'm not even sure how many, definitely no less than like about four giveaways, maybe even more than that. And I remember on a live stream a handful of weeks, maybe even months ago, I asked you guys, and I came up with like a money, Cashapp, Venmo type of giveaway, and I couldn't really think of just giving away a bunch of small gifts. Would be kind of not lame, but I think just doing this would be the easiest way and the best way for you guys just to get whatever you want with the cash giveaway. So basically, I'm just going to be doing a Venmo and Cashapp giveaway. So I do not have PayPal. I don't have any other sort of ways to give besides Cashapp and Venmo. So again, if you do not have Cashapp or Venmo, I highly advise you do not try to enter to win, because I will be just picking a bunch of random winners. So if you don't have one of those, you won't be able to get your prize, if that makes any sense. So if you do not have Cashapp or Venmo, please try to not enter. Last time to be entered, it's going to be the same way this time. So obviously you have to be subscribed. I can tell if you're not subscribed. You have to be subscribed. Also, you're going to need to like the video. Obviously, it'll give you a little boost in luck, maybe. I don't know, but make sure you are subscribed, you like the video, and also, last time I made you guys comment down below your favorite NBA player to be entered to win. This time I'm going to make it a little bit more broad, just in case maybe you're a subscriber who's not really into my NBA content. Maybe you watch more of my video game content or my roleplay content. Comment down below your favorite food. Yes, so unoriginal. Your favorite food. Comment down below your favorite food. So that is being subscribed, liking the video, but also commenting down below your favorite food. Once you do all that, make sure you are subscribed with my notifications turned on, so when I do pick you potentially as the winner, you'll be notified with a comment, or I guess just make sure your YouTube notifications are turned on, so you know when I comment under your comment asking you for your information, which would just be your email address. And with that valid email address, we'll get into more detail about, your Cashapp names, your Venmo names, all that stuff. I do not want to just have you guys comment your Cashapp names and your Venmo names, because I know a lot of people use like their real names for those type of things. So I don't want to have that information out on the internet. So I will just be commenting under your comment, asking you for your email, that is when you know you have won the giveaway. So thank you guys again so much for 7.5k. So again, subscribed with notifications on, liking the video, and commenting down below your favorite food. I know I probably could have thought of a better question, but that's the one I came up with. And yeah, I'll be commenting down below your comments, so make sure your notifications are turned on for YouTube so you can hurry up and get your prize as soon as possible. I'll be emailing you guys, asking you for your information about, you know, your Venmo name, your Cashapp name. And yeah, we'll be doing cash giveaways, which I think is a really cool idea because, again, you guys can just get whatever you want with it, and I think that'd be kind of cool. So good luck. Hopefully you guys stick around for the rest of this video, and I'll be seeing you again very, 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 very soon. Alright guys, thank you so much. I love you guys, and see you later. Hello, 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 everyone. It is ASMballeR here, and today I am back with another video. And in today's video, as you can see, yes, is the final installment of the top 10 NBA positions list. And today, we might have saved the best for last. I'm not entirely sure. We're doing small forwards tonight. Super exciting about this. I've been waiting for this for a while now. But there will also be the top 10 players list, my official top 10 players list. So all the positions that'll be probably posted probably sometime next week. My official top 10 list going into the year 2021-2022 NBA season. Very excited about that. So make sure you guys comment down below. Maybe your own list, other players that should be on the list, your number one, your top 3, whatever you want to do. Also, make sure you like the video if you do like the video, and obviously subscribe to the channel. We are on our way officially to 10,000 subs. That is just such a crazy feat in the YouTube world. 10,000 is pretty much like one of the biggest first steps, and I'm very excited to take that first step with you guys. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, I think that's it. So let's get started. I also might be periodically doing some soft spoken because it is kind of raining outside and it's kind of loud. So maybe just to kind of talk over it, and also with, you know, I live by a busy street if you haven't noticed that already by now. So I might be softly talking just to try to talk over it. But anyways, top 10 small forwards, we finally made it. Now again, these are players who are listed as small forwards on ESPN. This is not my own opinion. These are not where I think these players are going to be playing. These are just listed as small forwards from ESPN. Also, this is a list going into 2021-2022. This is not my top 10, you know, all around small forwards. If everyone's fully healthy, everyone's this and that. It's going into the year, my top 10 list. Another thing, my opinion is wrong, it's stupid, it's dumb, it's completely irrelevant. This is just my own top 10 list. You can make your own top 10 list and make it a completely different one. So, my opinion's wrong, it doesn't matter, just my own list. So, with that being said, top 10 list, coming in at number 10 is a player that's going to have to take a big leap this year. And I mean, we can all see that happening for the full year, but I think to start the year out, he probably will still be pretty, I don't want to say holding back, but maybe not to his fullest potential as we are sort of seeing this year to be for this player. And that is, at number 10 on my list, is Michael Porter Jr. Yes, Michael Porter Jr. of the Denver Nuggets at number 10. Now again, by the end of the year, if we finally see a little bit more of a defensive game, a more consistent game from him, he could be breaking into that maybe top 8 area of the top 10, because again, a 6'10" small forward who shoots crazy high percentages from 3 and great scoring all around, gets a little bit of more of a defensive game, a facilitating game, could end up being, at the end of the year, one of the best small forwards in the NBA. That's his potential. At the end of last year, he averaged 19 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 1 assist a game. Another thing he's going to have to really work on with a 20.63 PER, which is actually pretty high for a pretty young player like that. Pretty insane if you ask me about his sort of potential in the NBA. Yeah, like I said before, he also averaged 80% from the free throw line, 45% from three, shot 55% from the field. Insane. Shooting percentages, how he scores, being a 6'10 player who has really good ball handling skills, who can pretty much score anywhere on the court, can blow by anyone, super athletic. He is a really nice player. Now again, top 10, number 10, that sort of see him being at the start of the year. But again, by the end of the year, Michael Porter Jr., he could have an amazing year. Could he, completely fall off? I think yes. So I think 10 is a good spot for him. Not too high of expectations, but still, I think he's going to have a really solid year to start the year off. Next up on my top 10 list, at number 9, is a player I'm taking, maybe kind of controversially, but I'm going to take a more a consistent NBA player at number 9, a player who I see still having a very solid NBA year. Again, kind of like a player like Michael Porter Jr., where he could completely fall off. Definitely would make a lot of sense, but I think he will still have a very good year. And at number 9, kind of a forgotten player, I have Gordon Hayward. Yes, Gordon Hayward. Again, unlike Michael Porter Jr., a more established NBA player, and maybe that's why I'm favoring him a little bit more, is because at the start of the year, I think he's going to have a pretty good already set role for the Charlotte Hornets. Now again, there are a lot of really good players in Charlotte now, with Miles Bridges having a very sort of breakout year last year. They have Book Night now. Kelly Oubre Jr. is there too. Hopefully he can still find good minutes in a spot in the rotation for the Charlotte Hornets, but I think he'll still have a very good year. Last year he averaged 20 points per game, over a steal a game. He averaged 4 assists, 6 rebounds, shot 85% from the free throw line, 42% from the three-point line, and 47% from the field. Very good, solid year from Gordon Hayward. I see that a lot happening again. I guess if you want to go more into hindsight, you can put Michael Porter Jr. over Hayward, but again, I'm taking the more consistent NBA player than just Michael Porter Jr.'s potential. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good spot. I think, a handful of weeks in the NBA, that could totally be flip-flopped around, or maybe he finds his way out of the rotation a lot more, since the depth of Charlotte is definitely getting a lot better. But I definitely see him still again having a very solid NBA year, at least a start. So 10, Michael Porter Jr., 9, Gordon Hayward. I don't think that's that crazy, but maybe kind of a surprise. Like I said, he's kind of a forgotten NBA player now. Coming in at number 8, I have Jeremy Grant from the Detroit Pistons. Jeremy Grant, he's actually top 5 in scoring for small forwards at 22 points per game. He averaged nearly a steal a game, over a block, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 85% from the free throw line, which is very impressive. Since his rookie year, he averaged about 50%. Pretty good jump. He also shot 35% from 3, 43% from the field. Definitely not a terrible all-around player. Now again, arguably being the best player in Detroit, not really who you want your best player to be, but definitely a good, second, third option for a team. Maybe if Cade Cunningham can get a lot better for the Detroit Pistons, that could be a pretty nasty duo with Jeremy Grant and Cade Cunningham. But Jeremy Grant by himself, being definitely more of a consistent player. I know a lot of people, including myself, thought it was kind of weird, him really betting on himself being such a really good player, wanting more of a better role besides being in Denver. He really seems to be a pretty decent all-around player. So with that being said, I feel like at 8 gives him a good sort of growing room, still being kind of a young player, figuring out his game. But I mean, he's top 5 in scoring for small forwards, still being a pretty good defensive wing player, not really on the interior, but for the perimeter I would say so. It'd be kind of hard to rank him anywhere higher than this in my opinion, because again, Cade Cunningham, they're going to put a lot of time and attention on him. I don't think Jeremy Grant's going to get a lot of touches coming off of Cade Cunningham a whole lot, especially his rookie year. So he might see a little tick in his points and sort of his, all-around game. But as long as he stays somewhere around here, I think 8, not a bad spot for Jeremy Grant. Next up on the list, at got seven. I have DeMar DeRozan. Yes, DeMar DeRozan of the Chicago Bulls. Not a bad spot for DeMar. I know it's kind of funny because I talked about Jeremy Grant. You couldn't be anywhere higher on this list. I could almost say the same thing for DeMar DeRozan. Just basically on the fact that he's going to a team with Zach LaVine and Vucevic, Alonzo Ball, a lot of other players that need the ball in their hands. A lot. DeMar has never really played on a team like that before. He's played with another really good star alongside Kyle Lowry, but not like 3 other players that need the ball in their hands to be efficient. But last season he averaged 22 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, which, keep that in mind. That ball making, that maturity, the veteran leadership of this team, he's going to the Bulls are really going to need that a lot. So hopefully that 7 assists can really come with a lot of maturity. That was 11th. Also has a PER of 22, which again is a very solid number. Anything above 20 for PER is really good. The only downside of DeMar DeRozan is that the fact that he shoots 26% from 3. I'm hoping that can change, but I actually have no idea if that ever will. But he shot 88% from the free throw line and 50% from the field, which is really good for any sort of perimeter playing type of player. So 7 for DeMar. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think we're ever going to see another all-star performance of DeMar DeRozan. I think today's NBA three-point shooting is too important. And if he can't do that, I can't really see him being any better. Plus, defensively, we all know DeMar DeRozan really isn't the best at that either. So I think 7 to 8 is really good. Anywhere higher than that, you're going to have to be very convincing on trying to convince me that he could be any higher on this list. Anyways, number 6, I have maybe a controversial one. Definitely a player who can get even better up on this list is Brandon Ingram. Yes, number 6, Brandon Ingram. Now, he was top 3, I think. No, he was 4th in scoring for small forwards last year at 24 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, PER about 19, which is still pretty good for a younger player. He shot 38% from 3, 88% from the free throw line. Very nice. Nearly a block a game, nearly a steal a game. Definitely not bad. Shot 47% from the field. Again, for a young player that we all know is going to be really good one day, that's pretty good. I can't really see him starting out the year being a top 5 small forward. There's still a lot of other really good names we still need to go through, but I think at the start of the year, 6, just barely out of that top 5 is a good spot for him. Not giving him too much expectations, but also still limiting him to knowing he's on not the greatest team, losing that team's perimeter ball facilitator, and also just still a young player still learning the NBA game. So I think this is a good spot for him as of right now. We could see a Brandon Ingram trade even at some point in time this year. I personally would love to see that. I just think they need more of a better fit for Zion. So we could even see a Brandon Ingram trade to maybe somewhere that maybe will benefit him a little bit more. So that could be very interesting. But even as of right now, Brandon Ingram is one of the best scorers in the NBA. He will be one of the best players in the NBA when, a couple of years, he's going to be a multiple-time All-Star. He's going to be really good. But as for this year, just out of the top 5, I don't think it's that crazy of a spot. Coming in at number 5, yes, the official top 5 of my small forward list. At number 5, I have an NBA champion. I have Chris Middleton at number 5. I think he finally deserves to have a little bit more recognition, obviously, from a lot of past playoff performances being very much not coming up over on those, to now being an NBA champion, really showing up in the NBA Finals, having a pretty good run. Chris Middleton, pretty good. He averaged 20 points, 6 rebounds, and almost 6 assists as well. Not that bad. His shooting percentages, though, shot nearly 50% from the field, 41% from 3, 90% from the free throw line, almost shooting a 50-40-90. That's pretty good. I think, again, his consistency is what's really going to take him and make him stay at top 5. Again, Brandon Ingram is really right behind him at that top 5. I think, again, him being, an NBA champion, showing out in the previous NBA Finals really puts him over on that for me. But again, if the season starts in a handful of weeks, he starts becoming more that wishy-washy player. Brandon Ingram could definitely find himself in the top 5, at least in my opinion. His three-point shooting is super deadly. His scoring ability from anywhere is really deadly. Not really much of an athletic player, but really makes up for that on the defensive end, where he is obviously besides Giannis, they also have Drew Holiday, they have Chris Middleton. Might be one of the best defensive trios in the NBA. We can talk about, the Clippers with Kawhi and Paul George over there. But I think the Bucks also have a very good perimeter guarding squad, mostly involving Chris Middleton. So, Chris Middleton, top 5 NBA champion. Don't think that's too crazy either. Alright, guys, this is when we get a little bit crazy. Again, this is a list going into the 2021-2022 NBA season. With that being said, this player might not even play at all this year. Even if he does, we probably know he won't be 100% for weeks or months after returning. If he returns too late, it would be kind of interesting to see how well he's going to play. So with that being said, at number 4, I have Kawhi Leonard. Now I know, again, at the start of the video I said, this is not going to be a top 10, completely healthy 100%, listing. It's a list of the 2021-2022 NBA season. And Kawhi might not even play at all, which means he'd be technically disqualified from the list. But I'm giving him a chance. And with that chance, he's still a top 4 small forward, maybe even top 3 small forward in the entire NBA, even if he's, 80% of himself. But Kawhi last year averaged 25 points per game, nearly 7 rebounds and 5 assists, a 26 PER ranking. That's insane. That's a very high number. He also shot 50% from the field, 40% from the 3-point line, and 88% from the line. Insane. Nearly 2 steals and a block as well. I mean, Kawhi, he's one of the best two-way players in NBA history. People compare him to, Scottie Pippen of all players. So I think it's a good spot for him. Again, if he even does return for the Clippers this season, he's not going to be that player. He won't be probably until next season if he continues to sort of play and work over his rehabbing. Looks really good. I'm hoping for that. I hope he can return sometime this season for the Clippers, but man, that could be really, really rough to see. But even then, even if he's playing, at 60, 70% and trying to make a playoff push for the Clippers, I still have him being a top 5 small forward no matter what. So Kawhi Leonard, even if he's hurt, still going to be a very solid player. Coming in on my top 3, I think. Yep, top 3 small forwards. At number 3, we have a player who is definitely almost on a championship or bust type of squad, and that's Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat. Yes, Jimmy Butler. Number 3, kind of controversial, but again, with Kawhi Leonard being hurt, I think the consistency and hopefully a good year for Jimmy Butler in the Heat can make me not sound dumb when I say this. But yes, he averaged last year nearly 22 points per game, 2 steals a game as well, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, shot 86% from the free throw line, and 50% from the field. He did only shoot 25% from the 3-point line, but hoping that can improve to around 30% this year. And again, playing on a title or bust type of situation with the Miami Heat, I can hope that Miami and Jimmy Butler can have a little bit of a better year than what they had last year in the playoffs, especially in the playoffs. But even in the regular season, people have this team being, maybe a top 3 seeding in the East next year. Could be very interesting to see that, mostly depending on the play of not only the new player Kyle Lowry, but a good consistent play of Jimmy Butler. And I think we will see that. Jimmy Butler, again, a lot like Kawhi Leonard, being known as one of the best two-way players in the entire NBA. Definitely defensively is maybe the one of the best perimeter players in the NBA. We all know NBA Finals Jimmy Butler in 2020 was just an absolute animal. If we can hopefully see even a little spark of that this year, the Miami Heat, including Jimmy Butler, are going to have a really good year. So, number 3, Jimmy Butler. Hopefully it's not too crazy to say. With the player at number 2, could sometime this year potentially be the best small forward in the NBA, don't get me wrong. But again, going into the year, at number 2, I have Jason Tatum. I know Jason Tatum might be having one of the biggest jumps in this upcoming NBA season, could even find himself somewhere in the top 10, which again will be probably sometime next week. I do a video on that. Jason Tatum could be the best small forward by the end of the year. He is 10th in scoring in the entire league. He actually led all small forwards in scoring at 26.5 per game, 7.5 rebounds, and 4 assists, with a PER of 21, which is definitely, again, extremely good for how young he is. He also averaged over a steal, nearly a block as well, 87% from the free throw line, 39% from 3, and 46% from the field. Wow. Jason Tatum left a pretty good last impression on all of us in the playoffs last year, basically trying to face off against Kevin Durant, the Brooklyn Nets, all by himself, having some pretty good showings by himself. I think this upcoming year, Jason Tatum, again, like I said, might be having one of the biggest steps forward. Could be finding himself into that maybe MVP, top 10 type of NBA player listing where, you know, if his team is good enough, which I think it will be with Jaylen Brown, and his Cantor coming back, Al Horford coming back, having a little bit more of an all-around team, we could be seeing Jason Tatum in a lot of talks like that. So, at number 2, Jason Tatum, which, yes, leaves us at number 1, which again, Kevin Durant, Giannis, a lot of other players are power forwards. They are listed as power forwards, so no, they are not on this list. I am so sorry. But at number 1, it's still LeBron James. Now, that could be definitely a different situation when it comes to the top 10 players list. Make sure again to watch that video next week where we list, LeBron, KD, Curry, Jokic, Luka, all those guys. My next top 10 video will be that. But LeBron last year averaged 25 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, PER ranking of almost a 25. That's just insane for a player who's washed and too old. He also shot 37% from 3, 51% from the field, 70% from the free throw line. He also averaged over a steal a game, nearly a block a game as well. Still just doing GOAT things, I guess you could say. I still have LeBron as a number 1 small forward on my list. Again, by the end of the year, if LeBron takes a big step back, letting, Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis take more of the reign of the Lakers next year, could be seeing Jason Tatum at number 1. That could happen definitely by the end of the year, but to start the year off, LeBron is going to look really good, having a lot of rest, coming off an injury, not really being in that playoff talk anymore, coming off a title in 2020, having a good, nice long rest. I think LeBron's going to have another very good year. The Lakers are going to have a very good chance at winning a title. So, I think that's kind of all I can say. We all know LeBron. We all know he's going to be good. It's just more about team play for the Lakers and how LeBron is going to fit alongside Westbrook and Davis. But it's LeBron James, probably the highest IQ basketball player we have ever seen. In my opinion, he's the best basketball player of all time. Not the GOAT, but the best. And I think he's going to get the job done. So, at number 1, I have LeBron. And then 2, I have Tatum. 3, I have Jimmy Butler. 4, I have Kawhi. That one kind of hurts, but again, hurt Kawhi. Might not even play this entire year. Who knows? 5, Chris Middleton. 6, Brandon Ingram. 7, DeMar DeRozan. 8, Jimmy Grant. 9, Gordon Hayward. 10, Michael Porter Jr. Notable names. For me, OG Anunoby. Do not be surprised if OG could even make this top 10 list if, again, Gordon Hayward falls off. Michael Porter Jr. doesn't develop as we are thinking he's going to. OG Anunoby could be on this list. Again, there's players like Norman Powell from the Portland Trailblazers. There's, oh man, who else is there? Anthony Edwards from the Timberwolves, who's technically a small forward, but would love him more to play shooting guard. So there's still a lot of other really good small forwards out there who could potentially make this list. But I took a more consistent player in Gordon Hayward and more of a high potential guy in Michael Porter Jr. at the last sort of spots there. So yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry if the rain in the background was too loud or the cars. I'm trying to talk over them a little bit. So hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day or night.